if you've ever done any long distance stuff, I love self-inflicted suffering. And so, you know, if you've done any sort of like long races, there's a one thing they can put beside your name at the end of the race that you don't want. And it's not a number, it's a series of letters. And
Did
what is
not, did not complete, did not finish.
DNF?
Uh, yeah.
And so I believe as a parent, our number one objective should be, I just don't want my kid to DNF. I don't care if they're first or fifth. I don't control that. Here's what I do have a lot of control over, whether or not they finish.
Hmm.
And part of that is my own like reactions and emotions on this journey. And so to me, that's, Randy's probably heard me say it 1,000 times. Hey man, this is a small scene in a big story. Don't mess up the story over this scene. That scene is so insignificant in the big scheme of things.
Okay. Okay.
But in that moment, Mark, it seems like it's life or death.
Oh yeah.
And that's where you have to have, if you've ever seen a picture, you see one picture and it shows you like this much. We call it panoramic parenting.
Hmm.
And so when you zoom out, you see the whole picture. You see the whole gym. And so as a parent, I've got to look at those scenes, which are dialed in like a microscope, and I got to be able to do this.
Hmm.
You know what? It's not that big a deal.
Right.
There's other kids involved. It's not worth ruining this relationship.
While we're on the subject, I remember some of the most special, call it important, wonderful life lessons, but defining moments for me, I'd say middle school, high school, collegiately,
Yeah.
was when coaches like sat me down or looked me in the eye, or coach got on the knee and had to give me an important message. The world's changed. I mean, it's a different place, man. It's So, like, how do you navigate those waters? My first question was actually not going to be about the athletes. It was going to be about, have you ever had to have a serious conversation with the parent?
Yeah, I mean, dude, we talk to our parents all the time. I mean, this year we were at an event, and listen, nothing bad, but I could see it like escalating. So in between one of the events, I brought all the kids and parents over, and I said, hey, we have a rule that if your kid's not emotionally ready to compete, we're not going to let them compete again because we want them to stay in the race. No need to hurry at 9 years old. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're not emotionally ready to parent in this environment, your kid's not going to compete.
Wow.
Like, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth us doing something stupid. And listen, Heath Eslinger is not immune.
Right.
Mark, I call it the parent trap. It will suck you in.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the most incredible people say and do some of the most absurd things, and they are good people.
Yeah.
It goes back to that misapplication of love.
And I'm sure that some are receptive, some are not.
Yeah.
What do you do when they're not? Because they're like, hey, who are you? I
Here-
pay you to coach my son, or don't talk to me that way. I know what I'm doing, right?
Well, here's the first thing. Like, we don't sell it as they're pinning us to coach their kid.
Okay.
They're joining us and partnering together in developing an incredible human. We just happen to be using this avenue of wrestling.
Okay.
That's why our program has grown from about 26 to over 300 kids.
Wow.
Here's the other thing. Most everyone starts once the problem occurs. We start as soon as you enter our pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very strategic value system. We have a very strategic mission. We have a very strategic vision. We want parents to come to every practice. Like some people say, I don't want parents at practice. We tell them, come to every practice. I don't care. We have parents that now don't come to practice and they show up for the end of practice speech because they want to hear what we're saying to their kids.
I heard that. Yeah.
Because they will reinforce it.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to build relational capital. Here's one of the other reasons it's become very, I think, just a little bit toxic. Again, it goes back to the start date.
Okay.
Rewind 35, 40 years. Dude, first of all, kids weren't playing little league sports like they are now. And parents weren't showing up for practice and going 4 days a week and investing money. It literally was just an activity, And then when you got to middle school and high school, it got more serious.
Mm-hmm.
and your kid was older. What's happening now is we're creating patterns. And so if I start my kid playing Little League at 6 years old, I have to be there with them because they may not be able to go to the restroom by themselves if they have to do number two.
Okay.
Well, to me, if you can't tie your shoes and go to the bathroom by yourself, you ain't going to practice because I'm not wiping your butt. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we need to learn that at home, not at the ball field. And so what happens is we create these habits of like the parent and the child always being together. And so if I'm a parent and I've gone to watch every practice of my kid from 5 to 11 years old, guess what I do at 12 years old? I go to practice. And then at 13, I'm showing up for practice. And then they're going to high school and I want to go to practice. You know how many practices of my kids I've ever been to? None. Now, I coach wrestling now, but here's what I'm most proud of, and you can ask Randy this. Half the people in our club don't even know my kid's there. They don't even know he's my kid.
Wow.
Like, and the only way he's going to succeed in this is if that remains the case. Like again, we're creating some routines that are unhealthy, and then we get mad about the routines. Like, well, I don't know why this parent's so involved.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you invited them in 10
Yeah.
years ago.